What's happening, man? I've had like I was gonna say a weird day. I think it's just been like a weird week, month. I don't know, dude. Life. Um, I don't know. I didn't really. I came here to see if somebody wanted to kick it. Really. Um, I'm still kind of. I'm not stuck by any means in studying or research or anything. Just I'm not on a different spot, and I'm not trying to like beat you all over the head with the same shit over and over again. You know what I mean? I'll talk with someone if they want to talk about it, but like I'm just gonna keep repeating the same shit over and over again. Right now, I'm just kind of doing a like selective comparison of mythologies as it pertains to the afterlife, like the nether realms, netherworld, underworld. Um, I'll be honest though, I say selective because if anything that is associated with the hell myth specifically, even kind of like Sheol, because they all just kind of stand down there. That's such a fucking weird culture. Um, just generally speaking. Oh, I started talking to this dude who studied the Talmud. He was letting somebody, he was letting some shit go in some comments because they called him an anti-Semite. And he was like, no, I'm just quoting your Talmud. And I was like, hey, I gotta interview this nigga, man. It's not gonna happen yet. He's, I don't know if he's in the middle of something or if he just doesn't feel safe doing that right now. But I did say, like, hey, man, this is an anonymous interview. You don't have to show your face. We can, you know, we can alter your voice if you like. But um, I want to interview someone that has that specific like um, that specific like the reason he says he studied the Talmud for like 9 or 10 years or something was because of wanting to understand the things that they believe. Because if you know anything about the Talmud and just overall their texts, I mean, the shit they say that they can do to Goy, which you are Goy, unless you're a Canaanite. You're a Goy. They can steal from you. They can kill you. Um, they can pretty much do anything they want to you, and it's okay, um, according to their texts, their law, their book of law. Um, you know, kind of fucked up. Just saying. Um, and look, I make fun of. I feel like if you watch my shit, you know I make fun of them as much as I make fun of like Christians. All the Abrahamic religions, I don't really make fun of Muslims too much because I would say they're the most like dignified is not the right word. The way they treat their women is pretty gay. Uh, I don't know the right word. I don't know the right word. But all the Abrahamic religions are vastly confused. Intentionally, you know, that was done to those texts, to those religions. But hopefully I get that interview um, sooner than later, because he was letting them fucking fly. It was pretty cool. It's stuff that I've said before, but he specifically like trained, like studied the Talmud, and I did not. I just read it, sorta, and haphazardly. I didn't really read it in a like for real fashion. You know what I mean? I kind of like it's like skimming it, I guess, because I already knew that I didn't like some of the stuff that I've heard them say before about us non-Canaanites, you know? And there's the baby stuff and the blood drinking and shit. Damn, I meant to fucking... So I was watching... I think it was Dre OG, which is like one of the only reaction channels that I kind of like respect. I don't really fucking respect the rest of them because, for one, they're all like, what's up with people copying each other lately? Is that just happening to me? Because it's not synchronicity, bro. It's definitely not. I thought at first it was like, oh, that's interesting, because someone started kind of sounding like me. But then, and it's only ones that I've like interacted with directly. I'm not gonna like call any names because I still fuck with most of them. But like, that's kind of weird. And it's not synchronicity. And I don't think it's like the Matrix in that situation. I think they just, like, you talk to them and they're like, oh, you're kind of smart. And then they watch your shit and then start like, anyway, who gives a fuck, man? As long as it gets out there. It's just weird. It feels weird when you do that. Just so you know. Just so you know, it does feel weird when you do that. It's cool though, as long as you're getting it out there in like a positive way. You feel what I'm saying? Damn, I just digressed so hard. I have whiplash. I don't even know what the fuck I was saying before that. The Talmud guy. Hopefully I get the interview soon. And then maybe I didn't say anything after that. So that's an interview that I'm just going to tell myself I have that lined up, and I just don't have a date yet. That's what I do when those types of situations happen. So that's going to be an interview. I claim it. Isn't that what the Christians do? They claim it. I claim it. And then what was gonna be an interview, confirmed, is now gonna be a show. But she is dealing with some family shit, so tentative. We don't know when that's gonna start. But it is gonna be fucking hard. That shit is gonna be cold, bruh. You should hear, I mean, it just rattles off her brain. It's so fucking cool to listen to. And then I think I'm a good co-host for how we complement each other very well. We both said it. I'm excited for that shit, and I'm excited for y'all to see that shit, hear that shit. It's gonna be tight. I don't know if we're gonna start like a new channel or if we're just gonna put it on mine. I don't know if she has one. There's so many options, you know what I mean? If she has one, I thought it might be interesting to do a thing where we like either do an episode on each channel going back and forth, or like depending on the topic, if it's more metaphysical or, you know, in those types of lanes, like on my channel, if it's more like history or anthropological or something like that on her channel, who fucking knows? I mean, I'm essentially having the meeting with her right now with myself in front of you, so never mind. Never mind that. We don't even have the meeting set up yet. I just want to give her space while she's handling her family shit, because I feel it. You know what I mean? I feel that shit right now. All up in the air, bruh. It's all up in the air, even though that is illegal. You know, I like where I'm at. I like where I'm at in the research right now. I put a pin in some shit while when I hit this duat theory, and then I have a little bonus banger, you know, the inner dialogue, the inner monologue. Wasn't expecting that. This is gonna be very difficult to write, which is why I say again, I don't think I'm gonna write it when this is all prepared. I won't call it done because it's never gonna be done, I don't think. But when I feel like it's ready to present at least a section of it, it's gonna be fucking annoying. I gotta watch all this shit back. I gotta try to like outline this shit. I gotta present findings. I gotta fucking some of my interviewed subjects, I didn't fucking get them to sign releases. So I gotta contact them back if I can. Or I could just leave them as anonymous. I might fucking do that. Who cares if you know who they are? You know what I mean? There's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I think that's why sometimes I'm like, look at all the shit I'm doing. Because people say shit to me sometimes. I'm like, oh, so you think I'm just like a YouTuber? That's wild. That's wild. You know? Because honestly, what about what I'm doing even looks like a YouTuber? You feel what I'm saying? I'm shooting this shit on Instagram. I don't edit anything. Even when I say I might do it, I think I know I'm not gonna do it, and I'm just talking. And then I upload it to YouTube, and the most that I do is a thumbnail and like description. I just started putting tags on these videos. I just started putting tags on these videos. Like, I don't care about that portion of this. You know? It's just a necessary thing for the research and the work. And also, I very much want those of you who are like me to know about it and see my progress, to be aware of my progress in this pursuit for you that I am embarking on for you and me. You know? You know what I mean? That's kind of what the situation is. But I don't have to worry about doing all that work for a decent amount. I don't feel like I'm close to presenting currently. Although, this fucking duat shit, man, that kinda does, I shouldn't have said that. That kinda does feel like, not a stopping point, but like, you know? But maybe not though, because then it's just like, what are the physics of the place? Because once you have an overall theory form like that, you could just present the overall theory and like leave all this shit to imagination, or you fill in blanks, which is what I would typically do, which is kind of what it seems like I have to do. Maybe I'll get a lot of data from this show with her. She's smart. You know? Our conversations are fruitful. Hope her family shit's cool. I hope she's cool. You know? She was in good spirits. But, she's a lot like me, so if that's the case, then she wouldn't have, like, wanted to make me feel worried for her. So she wouldn't have been, like, she would have done her best to not be like bummed out in front of me, which that's what bums me out. You know what I mean? She's cool though. She'll be all right. She's got support, even if it's newly found support. But I don't think it is. I think she's got some other people. This is like a vlog, huh? I'm not talking about anything. I thought someone would come in here, but I don't think anybody's on for real. 444 came in, but as per usual with Instagram, I can't fucking tell if I don't know who's in here, you know? It might as well just not tell me that people come in, because it doesn't actually, I can't tell who's in here at any point. I can see who joins, that's it. And I can wave at them for some reason. I could just do this, that's waving. Why do I need to do that in the comments? I don't understand. This shit's dumb, you know? Anybody excited for the finale? Do y'all know what I mean when I say finale? I feel like you do. I feel like the context is pretty much there. Especially if you've like listened to me talk a little bit. You gotta know what finale means. Anybody excited for that? I'm excited, bro. I'm tired of this. Sick of this. You know? Of course, when I have nothing to talk about, I don't get attacked. Y'all know I don't smoke weed, right? Those videos where I get all tired like that, very suddenly, that's not organic. I'll say it like that. I think I talk about it in that Patreon video. I do. It's weird. It makes me feel weird to talk about, because even though I know it is true and I now know the science to back it up, it still feels weird. Like, and I know that that's not, it's not like, it's intentional that I feel weird talking about it, because the beings that I've told about it, who are supposed to be like supportive and like care, like just looked at me weird and like called me, like said stuff about me behind my back and shit. So it's created like a little weird complex. I don't like talking about it, really, unless I know I'm talking to people who know some stuff, you know. But man, I thought Void said we were gonna chop it up tonight. I think he's got his kid. What time is it? Well, man, I might, should I do, that's such a fucking dumb question, dude. I'm still gonna ask it. Should I put these up when I'm not really saying shit, and it's just the fucking process? No, right? I shouldn't put these up. I mean, on like YouTube, I shouldn't put these up, right? While I'll acknowledge this is a part of said process, I feel like it's inconsequential, and many that watch those videos do not give a fuck about me doing this. Because I am talking to just me right now. Homie jumped in and was like, "Oh, let me get let me get the fuck out of here." I don't know when that happened. Yeah, I don't need to put these up on YouTube, bro. I think there's enough of me already like ranting and shit for me to not put these up. Oh, I think I stopped smoking. Pretty sure I stopped smoking. It's been a full day, like a full 24 hours, and I don't really feel the urge. Like the couple of times I felt the urge, I've just been like, huh? And kind of like just shook it off. I think it's easier this time because when I got kidnapped, you don't get like a heads up, you know? I've been kind of like building up to quitting this time. But when you get kidnapped like that, I didn't even get to like do a last cigarette. Some people like work with the cops, like they talk to the cops and they'll be like, "Let me get one more cigarette before you fucking lock me up." I didn't even get that because I didn't cooperate. Because I don't cooperate. That did suck. But, you know, fucking get over it. Yeah, it did suck that time because I was way more anxious than I am now. Because I didn't understand what was happening necessarily yet. I kept thinking like, oh, well, obviously I'm going to get out because I'm not guilty of anything. I don't know why the fuck I thought that. But I quit that time, and then I started smoking again. Because I like it. I mean, I do like it. I just don't have money, you know? I would probably still be smoking, but I don't have money. I think it's important to have a vice. Especially if it's one that keeps you calm. Or gives you the capability to, like, remove yourself for a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're like me, I can get mad, you know? Or, I can get mad or, like, frustrated real quick. So it gives me the opportunity to remove myself and, like, take some deep breaths of nicotine. I don't know. I might still put this up. I kind of think shit like this is funny. Especially for me. Just for me. Maybe I make like a playlist or something. Right? I could do that. I could do like an unlisted playlist of shit that's like not work. And then watch it back. Yeah? I might do that. I think I might do that. Just for me. I can't tell if that's an animal or a fucking ambulance siren. I don't know, dude. Sometimes I wonder if I should, you know, stick to. I'm not vlogging. You know what I mean? But I do. When I say I'm talking to specific beings that I feel like are family, I do. I'm not bullshitting. Like, I'm not. This isn't like a ploy for a channel, or like. Is ploy the right word? That's not the right word. Gimmick. This isn't like a gimmick. This is actually, I am this weird, you know? And some of y'all keep saying like, oh, you're very comfortable talking publicly. Which is true. I am comfortable with that, but I mean, I talk to me all the time. 24, I do this in my head. So this is like not really that different. You know, sometimes I might like look at the camera or something, but what does that? That's not that different, you know? This is how I work stuff out. This is how I like figure out if something doesn't work or if something doesn't make sense. if I need to get rid of a part of a theory, or if I need to tweak the theory or something like that, like this is how I do that. So I just hold this phone and do the same thing, and it works. You know? I am very excited though. The past couple few days of Epiphany have been cool. That Duat shit, you know, I know that probably seems weird to some because it doesn't seem like it's good news. And I mean, it's not. That's not necessarily cool, but progress is cool. Understanding something that you're trying to understand more is cool, you know? So, and I'm here. It's not like me not doing this is going to make me any less here, you know? It's not going to magically transport me out of here. So, I don't know that I want it, because I don't know if this is like the scenario where it's been jacked or the scenario where it just kind of sucks this bad and then you're okay after. And there's no way to figure that out. Or I mean, at least not definitively. Because tricksters, you know? Interdimensional ultra terrestrials. Like, you can't know until it's over. But like I said, I do like to cross-reference shit, and I mean, there's a lot of corroboration. I don't know why, but that biblical corroboration was very compelling to me. I mean, just all over the Bible. Satan is the god of your world. Satan is the lord of this realm. Like, just over and over. And to me, it just felt like it was saying, you are in the Duat, you're in Duat, you're in the Duat. Just over and over again. Made me think of that Understanding Conspiracy dude. Someone told me I need to go check his channel out, and I was like, are you listening to these videos? Are you listening to these videos? Because I definitely have talked about, like, button heads with him and his folks and his peoples. That dude is a new Christian, so I get the fervor, but he is unintentionally making a cult. Like, and I'm not saying that they view him, oh no, yeah they do, they view him as the cult leader. Apparently I argued with his girlfriend, and he was like, you argued with my girlfriend for no reason. And I was like, why would I know who your girlfriend is? Do you mean one of the psychos that jumped into your comments and started saying all that weird shit to me? Because I'll admit that happened, but I don't know who these people are. And I didn't force them to argue with me. They just kept doing it and throwing fucking Bible verses and shit at me. This shit was weird, dude. And I was honestly trying to, like, extend an olive branch. I was like, hey, your work on the Nephilim is really compelling and good. I wish we could, you know, agree to disagree on the other shit and just, like, you know, be adults, both of us. But that did not happen. That was a very strange very strange experience. He argued with my girlfriend. I was like, what, dude? What the fuck are you talking about? He shouldn't have said that. He outed that chick being just a complete psycho as his girlfriend. I mean, if I were with someone and they liked my work and they were paying attention to my work, I would just beg them not to be in my comments fighting people that are supporting me. Why? What part of that sounds like a good idea? This dude that watches multiple of my videos and adds to my engagement, go yell at him. Go talk shit to that. It's fucking weird. I'm trying to avoid saying your name. I don't want to I didn't. She came at me, bro. I don't know what was up with that, dude. It was very weird. I was just offering my opinion, and then they were like, some of the things you said, you just don't know that they're offensive. And I was like, no, man, you're just offended by people that don't think like you. No, I know. I know you're being sarcastic. I'm in on the joke with you. That was so weird. That felt, honestly, I think I already said it, but it felt like I was virtually standing in the room listening to him speak, like at one of their cult meetings. And then I spoke in the form of a comment, and they all turned and looked at me at the same time, and they all started talking shit to me, including his girlfriend, apparently. That was so fucking weird, dude. Gross. Gross. Still, though, I don't think it was that video, but the next video I watched of his was one of the ones about the 1,000-year reign of Jesus and how it was potentially already passed, and that was a big, like, help for the duat aspect of my theory. So, I mean, whether you hate me or not, good buddy, I appreciate your work, you know? I'm gonna keep listening. I told him I wasn't gonna comment on anything else, and I'm gonna stick to that, because you're fucking supporters. No, you're followers. They are followers, and they are psycho. Which is strange, because, like, the Jesus stuff, it's like, don't hold anybody, don't have false idols, and they're almost on that dude's taint, like a false idol, you know? Very jarring experience. Hugely jarring experience. I wish I could take, like, a real vacation. And by that, I mean physically, but also I wish I could allow myself a vacation. But this place isn't gonna stop placing, you know? Like, it's not gonna stop doing the thing just because I'm tired and would like 2 weeks to a month to just, like, fucking return to happy obliviousness of my 20s. Damn, what if you could have a fucking vacation where you get to go back to, like, just a good chunk of life? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be, but you actually get to experience it as you now. That's cold. That's fucking cold. Like, you go back to then, and you get to do the thing, and I'm adding all these, like, mechanics to it. You get to do the thing, and for me, I play music, right? So I would go back to the times of, like, touring. Like, I would go back to a tour, and I haven't practiced any of those songs in such a long time that I would also make the stipulation that my body remembers those songs, so I wouldn't make a fool of myself at those times. You know? What's up, Scrap? I'm just kind of talking shit. Honestly, this isn't like a normal one. I'm open to conversation and questions and shit, though. I've been kind of talking shit about the duat theory, and in perhaps a giant mistake, I talked a good bit of Cash Money shit about an Abrahamic channel that does not fuck with me anymore. That might have been a mistake. I don't think ego is a terrible thing. I think that you just need to have it balanced. Those love and light people, They'll give you bad instructions, brother. For real. Get rid of your ego. That's so fucking weird to tell people to do. I mean, the stuff that they say is textbook brainwash, like cult shit. And there's so many that seem like they're doing it though. And I'm not just saying that off of like YouTube comments or YouTube numbers or social media. Like, there are videos of them gathering and they all just talk to each other in their buzzwords, and they like, it's like they're trying to out cult member each other. Do you know what I'm saying? Have you all seen any shit like that? It's very disturbing. Very disturbing. Bobby Hemmett was like, don't fucking hang out in those groups. And I knew he was right, but I didn't really know why yet. And very soon after that, I see what he meant. Do not fucking hang out in these groups. There ain't nothing for you in these groups but trouble. And Bobby, you were right. You were right, good brother. Fuck around and get murdered going to those hangouts, bro. Scrap said, I'm the fuck out of here, bro. You ain't talking about nothing worth nothing. I gotta do this sometimes, Scrap. And others, I gotta do this sometimes. This is like this is a defrag. I mean, damn, I have been putting defrags up on the channel too. I talk about stuff sometimes in them, but I don't really think I'm doing that this time. I am. I don't know. I'm gonna put it up because it's funny to me and interesting to me. I don't even remember what I said 10 minutes ago in this video. So, plus I do, just off of habit, I end up saying shit about my work. There's been a couple of times, specifically in defrags. Like, there was another defrag that I talked about, that fucking Creator movie where they're literally trying to make you feel something for artificial intelligence. Fucking propaganda weirdo movie. Cult leaders may tell others to get rid of their ego because there is only room for one ego exactly in those spaces. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, also, you need an ego. Like, that's why you have it. You need an ego. That's why you have it. Like, why would they come along and know what you need to strip away from yourself completely? Not to say there's anything wrong with them saying, hey, you need to heal your ego, heal your trauma, you know, the other fucking buzzwords that they use and shit. But to tell you to get rid of a piece of yourself, the fucking nerve to do that. And then the fucking goofiness to actually listen. But see, you know, many of them don't actually get rid of their ego. They just pretend that they do. And then they try to out Casper each other. Which they're essentially just like, I'm a bigger sociopath than you are. Watch, I'll show you. For real, mass psychosis. There's fucking mass psychosis going on. And it's just starting, too. It's just starting. It's going to start off as mass psychosis, and then it's going to slowly fester into, you know... So, no, okay, so it's actually... It's mass sociopathy. And it's going to fester into psychosis. And I guess the only main distinction I'm making there is at first it's going to be like, oh, I don't have emotions. Because of the shit that they're seeing around them. Like, oh, well, I can handle that. I don't have emotions. And it's just going to fester and fester until it becomes like they snap. And then they're like a powder keg. when the dollar drops soon, I think that's when a lot of people are going to start tripping out. Not really looking forward to that. I don't want to see people freak out like that. I'm a pick that. Yeah, you could make that into a song. You could for sure. Um, fuck, dude. Seriously though, I really do want a vacation, but I can't have one. I can't have it because of a few reasons. Oh, even just from the fucking weird gang stalking shit, you know? The vacation from that would be nice. But that, I mean, that's not gonna happen. Obviously. I don't really know how to attack the inner monologue thing. I don't even know that it needs to be more than just like a short topic in the presentation of theory. By that I mean like I don't know that I need to do any like experimentation, or I don't know, because there's plenty of interviews and testimonials on YouTube already, so I could just like source those rather than spending a bunch of time trying to get my own data. You know, I just don't see the difference. If anything, I need to do that because I don't know that I could trust the data coming from right now because of what I just said. Everybody's turning into psychos. So how would I know if the person's not just saying they don't have an inner voice because they want attention? You know, which you could argue that's the case either way, but I'm just saying it's more likely now than it would have been then because things were not as shitty then. I think I will just do that. Which doesn't mean I'm not like gonna keep researching into that, because I did come to some epiphanies there, some realizations there that were very helpful for the overall theory, but they're not they're not they're not objective, or I don't know that that's the right word. There's not a way to nail down consciousness in that way. Because I even noticed that some beings were describing things in ways that let me know that they do have an inner monologue. They just wanted to sound like they just wanted to sound unique. You know what I mean? I stopped talking to that person. Why would you waste someone's time with narcissism in that way? Like, I guess because you don't think the other person's gonna figure out that you're telling fibs. You're fibbing. Man, I want my passport back, dude. Not because I feel like I need a passport, but because or you can't go anywhere. You're essentially, that's why I posted that video of the little white kid giving the old rich guy what for about passports and shit. That little white kid was me. The little white kid was me, sternly giving it to the man. Pause. Not giving it to the man. Letting him have it. Pause. I don't know. It's such a stupid game. I don't know why I started. It's because one of the dumb podcasts I listen to like kind of blow off steam. They're all about the pause, and I think it's funny. So I'm saying it like ironically. Is this like chicken? Like a Mexican standoff? Like I just talk dumb shit until... No, it's not. You're both still here. Instagram's fucking with me and my people in a way that's very upsetting to me. And I'm willing to bet that if I spoke to them about the shit, they would be like, oh, well, that's just, and then they'd have an explanation that I wouldn't be able to argue with, but I would know is bullshit. That was a lot of words, but they all meant things, I still haven't finished A Good Place. I need to finish it because, or I don't need to finish it. Someone told me that it's like, it doesn't end in like a philosophical way. It just ends like a show. Which, if that's true, then that's dumb. But I do need to know. The ending is BS? Oh, fuck. Don't tell me that. It probably is, though. You're like the fourth person to tell me that. That was such a good twist. The premise of that shit is so... I think maybe the show is crafted. It's like curated. The first season and the twist of the first season seems to be the main like purpose of the show. To just get that off at you real quick and then to leave it there as a nugget, and you either get it or you don't, and then the rest of it is just a show. That's what it feels like. Because the rest of it doesn't even match like, the vibe of it philosophically. Yeah, I told you they're messing. Look, they put filters on these. There's 3 of them that I've been able to tell so far. One of them fucks with the pitch of my voice, so sometimes my voice will be like higher than it actually is. Sometimes it'll be lower than it actually is, and then sometimes it's just my regular voice. Then pretty much every single video, I think some of them at the beginning didn't have it, but every single video puts like a lisp filter. Like it makes me sound like I have a lisp. And then it does something to my eyes also, which, whatever. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? Like, if that's the attempt to try to, like, make me sad, like, oh, they're fucking with how I look, then I guess they're not really listening to my words. The fuck do I care about a filter, Fuck them. Thank you for letting me know, though. I've noticed him do it to others, too. I don't think it's just me. It's not you. You can go out and go in. It's going to keep doing it. I don't know if it's... Actually, I think it's both. I think it's to annoy you and also to fuck with me and, like, make me want to quit talking or something. But I know I'm not going to stop talking. So, you know, I'm sure it maybe has annoyed a few into not listening to me talk anymore. But weird thing is, only parts of it transfer over to the YouTube stuff. I've noticed that one of the filters doesn't transfer over the pitch shifting. So the low to high thing, the other two, that's just on every video. But I kind of don't give a fuck, you know. Or I all the way don't give a fuck, really. Well, that's better? Huh. That's cool. Strange. Even just them doing that, putting filters on people's shit, is very weird. But so is, like, gang stalking. To be okay with doing that as a profession is very weird. It's weird energy. You know, hey Steven, what'd you do today? I stood outside a dude's house and just kind of stared at it. Yeah. $50. Sweet. Gang stalking is very weird to me. To hear them talk about it's even weirder. They have these like secret apps they keep on their phones to get alerts and notifications for new job tasks. The fuck? You know? Very weird. To be okay with doing that, you gotta be a fucking weirdo to be cool with doing that. Just saying. I don't even really see, I guess I do talk some shit sometimes. I was gonna say, I don't really see where the shit I talk about would warrant me being like, but it didn't start with me talking though, so never mind. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That did not just start. That's very old. I don't even think it started with the kidnapping shit when they let me out after kidnapping me for a few 365s. I think it was even before then. In fact, it was. One of the stories I told recently happened before that. So, you know, I think that may be another reason why I pay attention to this stuff, try to figure it out, because, I mean, a lifetime full of weird occurrences, strange adults staring at me or following me and shit. Man, I just thought of a story. This, he's not in here though. I think that was you that asked me that. Scrap. But Scrap's not in here. I said something about all the weird stuff that happens in my life and in others' lives. And that being the reason for why, you know, many of us are the way that we are. And he was like, what kind of weird things? And I don't think it was like antagonistic. I think he's just like curious as to what I meant. When I was 10, I used to sneak and watch TV at night. And I had a TV in my room. And I would turn the light off and just like have the TV light going. And one night I looked over at my window and there was this silhouette just like peeking, like just like standing and peeking, you know, kind of like sideways like this, like in my window. And I couldn't see, you know, it was literally just a shadow, like a silhouette. And I couldn't I couldn't tell if it was like a regular person, like just a regular adult, or you know, something else, because it was shaped weird. Like it didn't have clothes, and like a pretty big head, like double the size of a regular head. But I yelled, "Mom," and then ran into her room. Little shit like that. Oh, you might be back. Did you hear that? Is that you? I waved at you. I waved at Scrap. But yeah, that's his story. There's a lot more fucked up shit than that though. I don't know that I feel really comfortable sharing those things in a regular domain. I think I'm gonna keep putting them up on Patreon where no one sees them. I can't believe they fucking sabotaged that shit for a week straight. Sexual content. This is fucking lame, bro. I just do this. It's the same thing as this sexual content. But yeah, I think I am gonna share more of those stories, like the more intense ones. But I think it just makes more sense to put on Patreon so that I don't have to feel weird about. And maybe I'll move them over to the regular YouTube at some point. But just, you know, I am still getting used to talking publicly. And though it seems like some think that I'm like impervious to awkwardness or whatever you would call that, it's not that by any means. Just most things I don't really see an issue with talking about, and I'm not nervous. Like I don't get stage fright or nervous at doing stuff like that. But talking about those specific like stories and shit, that would kind of, I don't know, not make me nervous, but it would make me self-conscious. I don't know what word. It's not self-conscious either, but those are very specific stories with very specific situations that I don't know that I want to put out there that publicly yet. Probably will at some point though. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think I might even. I did put those dream videos up. Those are kind of gnarly. Also, I put those samples up. The Morgellons samples. What's happening? What's happening? I'm not really talking about anything. I'm just defragging. This is defrag number 3, 4. I don't know. Sometimes I do that to. I don't know. I don't know why I do it. Yeah, those dream videos are gnarly though. There's like one of them is precognition, which, you know, that it's not as like crazy to me anymore. Like, it was just the first time that it was so vivid, like me remembering having this dream, and then like later on now like being in it like in real life. That shit was fucking weird, and it was the most vivid one that had ever happened. It wasn't the first time, it was just the most vivid. It had to do with being in jail, you know what I mean? Like, I saw myself in jail in a dream. That's fucked up. So I told that story, in more specificity. I told the witch rape dream story. I got raped by a witch in my dream while I was in prison. That's fucked up too. Y'all should watch those dream videos. Those are cool videos. If I wasn't me, I'd be like, holy shit, this is entertaining. Witch rape dream. And then the kind of like, I mean, the last one was the one that was the most important to me. That kind of like had me thinking like, oh, that felt more real than this does. I think I might go listen to those. Those are cool stories, and every time I listen to them, I hear something different, and it helps me to think about it from a different perspective. I think I'm going to talk about dreams again soon. Yep. Tomorrow. I think I'm going to talk about dreams tomorrow. I guess this is why I do these defrags, because, like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what I was going to do tomorrow. Dreams seems like a good topic, especially if you have weird ones like me. I think I might get a little more forthcoming, I guess, is the word. That's not the word I'm looking for, though. Vulnerable? Vulnerable. Alright, so I guess I'm doing a dream talk tomorrow, and I'm gonna be more vulnerable. Apparently. Curiouser and curiouser. Unless, you know what, I do this sometimes where I'll be like, yep, I'm going to talk about blah, blah, blah. And then something will come up in my research, and then I'll be like, nah, fuck that. And then I start talking about something else completely fucking random. We'll see. I do want to talk about dreams, though. My dreams are about the closest thing to personal experience with metaphysics that I have. I've seen some stuff in this, whatever this is, that I was pretty positive wasn't a dream. But aside from that, I don't know. I can't really say that. I've seen some random shit many times in my life, so I can't say that. But like, dreams are one of the, it's up there. Dreams are up there. You think that's a good plan? Yeah. I do like dream talk. I don't really like it when people get overly like cheesy or corny with it, though. Let me decode your dreams. I don't like that. I don't like it when people do that, because it's a faulty system, you know. A staircase in my dream might mean something different than a staircase in your dream, you know. I don't like it when people try to tell other people about their own consciousness. It's weird to me. Fairly weird. I guess that means I gotta think about what stories I'm gonna tell about my own dreams. I could redo that video in a way and just be like upfront about it in the description and be like, hey, this is just me telling these 3 stories without all the digression. And there's like a weird chick from the comedy scene that like was saying weird stuff, so I let her in the live to be like, why are you trolling me? And then she was like, I'm not trolling you. I think she was kind of hitting on me, sort of, which was strange. Because she said some wild shit in the chat. And I was like, okay. I didn't take it. The shit she said in the chat was so wild, I was like, oh, that's a troll. I also didn't know it was a chick yet, I guess. Or no, I did. I knew it was a chick, but I was like, there's no way you actually mean what you're saying right now, so obviously you're making fun of me. And turns out she was not. She was not, but it was still strange for sure. I don't remember which state she said she was in, but I finally had to be like, hey, so you know me from comedy? What I'm doing right now is not comedy. Like, this isn't that. And she tried to stick it out and like have a conversation. I was like, you don't want to be here, dude. Why are you still here? It was very funny. To me, at least. I don't know. So maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll put together those three, and then if I can think of a few more. There are some more. The ones that I had when I was in prison were very interesting to me. There was like a sense of longing attached to them. Like at the very root of me, I was like, I'm not supposed to be in here. Even though no one should be. Well, no, there are some that should be in there, but I think that the way that we punish is very weird and ignorant, for lack of a better. That's not the word I'm trying to remember. The way that we punish is I can't think of the word. Yeah, I can't think of the word. The way that we put people in prison is fucked up, though. But my dreams were strange. I think I can still remember them to an extent. Maybe not scene for scene, but the overall, like, gist, I think I might be able to piece that back together. But there's, like, this weird sense of longing, like, honestly, I still have those now that I think about it. And I'm not in prison, but I am. So, there's that. But, now that I think about it. And you know what? They're not dreams now. I just have them throughout the day. It's like little flashes of stuff. I've talked about it before. Like, I'll have a flash of a place that I don't think I've ever seen, and it feels like it's supposed to mean something to me, like it's home or something, but it's not home, and I know it's not home, but it's supposed to have like some kind of weight to me, or nostalgia or something to me. I don't know what those are, but they are a little disturbing to me, actually. I think I've talked about them before. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, dreams seem like a good route to go. And even though I've talked about those three before, I can talk about them. That was a long time ago. I think I have this a little more down than I did then. So, talk about those three, probably a few others. Probably keep it closed unless someone that I like kind of bounce off of comes in. I could do that. That actually sounds fun. I think I'm going to dip and watch something. now that I've made that tentative plan for tomorrow's videos, which kind of seems like that means there wouldn't be a pregame, but you never know. A lot of those pregames come from something I'm listening to, research-wise, so who knows. But sounds like tomorrow is dream stuff, which is always interesting. So if you have anything to add to that, or questions, or prompts, or, whatever, hit me up. Comments, messaging, DM stuff, email. There's a Patreon that I got back. Still haven't done another video for it yet. I think I'm gonna do that soon. It's obviously not gonna be these dreams, but there's plenty of shit to put on the Patreon. So, gammaauobsidian on YouTube, gammaauobsidian on Patreon. Apparently Rasta-auobsidian on PayPal for donations. I'm not Rastafarian anymore. Did I say the Gmail? Everything is gammaauobsidian except for PayPal, which is Rasta-auobsidian. I very much appreciate you for listening to me bounce things off the wall and bouncing things off of your brain as well. And tomorrow we'll talk about dreams. Yeah, I think it'll just be dreams, but we'll figure it out. And if there are any other ideas, I don't know. I think I might take that back. I think I just wanted to talk about dreams tomorrow. So, not telling you not to send in your ideas or whatever, but I think I'm pretty well decided on that. Commercial universe, shut up. I think I'm about done, dude. I wasn't talking about shit anyway. There were a couple folks in there bouncing stuff off for me, but it really just ended up being a defrag. Although at the end of it, I have realized that I'm going to talk about dreams tomorrow. But I'm pretty wiped out and haven't watched shit for the past few days. But yeah, I don't know. Dreams tomorrow, apparently. And I love y'all, bro.